What's up? What's up, guys? Let me play my songs while we're doing it. I've been trying to design a character, a samurai. So, but we're continuing Cloud Strife today. We're continuing this animation we've been doing over the past few weeks. Stream got cut off unfortunately the other day. So we're just gonna keep this rolling over here. And let's see who's gonna be attending the stream. Audrey's Corner. What's up, in boots? What's up? What's up? No. What's up, in boots? How are you, bro? I started working on this one, so I feel like there's light coming this way. Light coming up. But yeah, I've been obsessed with Andrea Cofrancesco's art lately. I tried designing some characters based on his designs. But yeah, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Getting about breakdown and how to play on spacing charts. Can you quick explain about breakdown and how to play spacing? How to play on spacing charts? Okay, let me see. How can I quickly explain that? There's breakdown drawings are basically if let's say, for example, let's just turn this off. We create a new character over here. If we have, like, let's say, so here's the best I could explain it. Sock Sans, right? So if you have like a character, like an alien character like this, right? And he wants to basically go from this location, A1, right? And he wants to go to this direction, right? Draw him like that, and now he's happy because he went there, right? That's A2, right? But that's not really A2, that's actually A3, because while you can argue that he went from this location to this location, these are key, and this is a key, right? But what connects the keys together, right? What connects the keys together is the breakdown, right? So from here he went here, so it's like instant, right? So it's basically very instantaneous that he's just, oh, he went there, he went there. You know what I mean? Actually, I don't want this guy over here. He went here, right? And now he's smiling. Just want to make sure that it's the same character. So it is basically teleporting. Breakdown is what connects these drawings, right? So if I add a drawing right here of him jumping, right? If I add a breakdown of him jumping over here, now you have like a breakdown drawing there, but that's not enough, right? Like, you know that these three drawings kind of like connect to each other, but now like there's a lot more going on between them. So like maybe like over here he stays a bit on top of it. He's not used to. He actually looked down, right? And then over here, he actually needed to take the jump somewhere. There, right? Now it's some sort of a jump, right? So A2 is breakdown and the half jumping is in between. No. I told you, A1 is a keyframe, right? It's a keyframe. A2 is a keyframe as well, right? These are extreme drawings. These are extreme things. A3, which is this one, is all like A2. So A3, sorry, this drawing is a keyframe. So I cannot say that this is A2 because I'm adding more drawings. This can be A5, A6 by the time I'm done, but I don't know yet, right? So over here, this is A1. So basically what I'm trying to say is that this drawing and these drawings are keyframes. This drawing where he tries to jump, I call that maybe before that he actually tries to squeeze himself first, you know. He tried to squeeze himself, and that's A2. Now this is a breakdown. And then he jumps. This is A3. It's also a breakdown drawing. Because now you're breaking down the action, right? This is a breakdown A4. This is A5, another breakdown. We haven't done any in between. Because all of these drawings, you actually need to be able to tell that he's actually jumping, right? All of these drawings like tell me that he's jumping, right? Now that you have all of that stuff, right? Now you have A1, A2, like A1 and A6, right? Are all like A1 and A6 are keyframe drawings, right? And A2, A3, A4, A5 are breakdown drawings, right? But now you know that you can see that he's jumping, right? now we're doing spacing over here. We're gonna adjust the spacing because I don't really like how that space, right? So he's squeezing like that. And now I can add an in between here and here, right? I can add an in between drawing over here. And over here I can add another another in between here of him landing, but he's kind of like squeeze. He just touched the foot or something. And then another in between here of him being squashed as he lands again, because like, and then maybe another in between of him kind of like bouncing. So by the time we're done, that's the animation, right? A grande. So the motion before a keyframe is a breakdown, you're right, 100%. Have you ever done Genga on paper? Times we love doing it that way, but there's barely any resources for it, like how to get nice lines with pencils. Rotten Sunflower, I'm not gonna be able to. I don't know how to do that. And kudos to you for being able to do that. Like I respect that so much. Like that's amazing if you can do that. Cause like I can draw on paper, but I'm not like I'm so used to my tools right now in digital tools. I'm so used to digital tools right now that I'm already like I need it. You know what I mean? Yes, keyframes are the start and the end of that motion. But so there are three types of keyframes. There are two types of keyframes. The extreme keyframe, extreme keys, and the breakdown keys. So the extreme keys are this one. This is an extreme key. And then this is another extreme key. A6, right? And this is a breakdown drawing of him kind of like squishing over. It cannot be an in-between because you are telling you cannot like, so this cannot be an in-between and this cannot be an in-between because these are literally the actions you have to take. Because if you consider this an in-between, then this drawing needs to be the middle of this drawing and then this drawing. So if this is an in-between, then it needs to be like drawn this way, right? It needs to be a direct in between the two, but it's not. So you have to break down the action into smaller pieces. We know at the beginning of this animation that this guy is traveling from this location, right, to this location, right? He wants to travel to this one. And earlier, before we did the breakdown drawings, we only had this and this, right? He just teleported. He's like teleporting throughout the action, right? So basically, oops, oops, like he's teleporting. Now you have to tell us how he's gonna move and how he's gonna move from this location to this location by using breakdown drawings, right? So we first started with this drawing over here where he jumped, right? And then we added this drawing of him like about to like switching his position, and then we also added this drawing of him jumping and then he's squeezing up, right? Also, like, I guess this one needs to be some sort of an in between, but that's just me knowing what I need to do already. That's why I could tell that I can make that as an in between, you know. So in an essence, this animation is almost all like almost everything in this animation are keyframes, right? There's no such thing as in between here because we're just basically the only really in between here is this action, this one over here, right? Because over here, oh, and this one is also an in between. This one and this one is an in between. It's a direct in between of this and then this one, right? This one and this one is a direct in between of that. But then I added additional drawings right here, a breakdown drawing here, right? That I didn't really specify because I know I want him to kind of like squeeze. And then I also added this a little bit of stretch just bouncing off, right? So do you recommend learning animation with stick figure drawing because I can't drawing any full characters yet? You can if you want that. But yeah, so how do you know something is a key pose and something can be an in between? For instance, running in panic and looking around in all direction. Like grande air, basically, how do I know whether or not like it's a key pose or an in between? Is whether or not I could make an in-between drawing between those two key poses. If I can't, then that cannot be an in-between. Then I need to draw additional key pose, which is a breakdown, to tell between that. So for your example, running in panic and looking around. Like, the running in panic, almost all of the running cycle would be a there's no in between on a running cycle. There's no in between on a running cycle. All of them are keys, right? So that's like all of the running cycle are keys. Now how fast and how slow is your action is, that is gonna depend on you, on how instant he's gonna turn into panic mode, right? If he's running and then he paused for a bit and then looks back like fast, the pause can have a couple of in-betweens between the running pose and the pause, right? So that's how I think about it. I think the keyframes are the start and end of the motion. Yes, you're right. Hey yo, Alessian Fioroni. Like, I've seen the whole Naruto collab. I was so happy you were there, man. Like, no, like you and Kai was like, I'm so glad that like you guys are participating in such collab and whatnot, man. Like, proud of you, bro. Yeah, I like both. To be honest, being able to hold your drawings in hand and flip them through, there's something magical about it. Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely feel that. Alessian, thank you for answering our friend's question. Yeah, I've been having the same problem trying to level up my art because I thought it wasn't good enough to animate with yet and get the results I want. Bro, like, honestly, I spent yesterday just drawing this character. I'm trying to just draw and not even animate. I'm trying to design a very cool looking character. I have a lot of reiterations for this one. I even explored some new kind of like art style. Like I wasn't too happy with this one, you know, like um so like I like it's okay to spend a lot of time, guys, like to just see where your level, your skills are at, so right now I'm designing this character because I want to animate it. I want to animate. This is my next animation character, and it's basically based from the proportions I see done by um this guy Andrew, like Andrea Con Co I forgot his name. Confrancesco. Andrea Confrancesco. Like I really wanna see this style of characters be animated. It's so cool, man. Like he has a lot of cool looking no, not that one. I know these are all Street Fighter, but here, like he has a lot of like very appealing characters. Um, so yeah, I'm just trying to level up my drawing skills by kind of like copying his style, but not really totally copying, So like that's what I've been doing for the past couple of days. I may even do some of it right now. I may even continue this one, but let's continue my cloud animation because I've been talking for a bit. I need to finish this, man. I don't know if you guys like the jazz vibes, but I like it. So I probably will move on from this animation once I given all the keyframe drawings um to my art cleanup artist. Um because I want to start a new one. I've been sitting on this one. This could have been probably finished if I just kind of like hammer it down, like try to finish it actually, but I'm a bit like all over the place with my schedule lately. Uno, in Japanese animation, they use specific timings to in between things. I'm struggling. Uh, like walk cycle, blinks, and stuff. Is there a way to find out what they usually use? And yeah, jazz is wavy. Yeah. So in Japanese anime, they fit into in between things like walk cycle, blinks, and stuff. Like I don't know what their specific way of doing it, to be honest. Rotten Sunflower, but like I can only go by with the reference I take myself, right? And one of the best ways to take reference is to actually shoot yourself, right, with the camera, right? So like for me, it's the references. Like you cannot go wrong with using a reference on how long an action takes, right? Because that's also gonna determine how many in betweens you're gonna do, right? You cannot just guess. You need to know like the action you're gonna take is gonna take this much time. Like a run cycle that you're gonna time for like 5 seconds is a very slow run cycle. You know what I mean? Like each step is gonna take 5 seconds. That's like I don't like that can still be a run cycle, but you're gonna have to suffer with all the in betweens you're gonna do. You know what I mean? So that's just like how I see it. Like you need to know, and there's always room, right? There's always room to play around with it. Like for example, here, this animation right here, right? This jump, like I timed it because I feel like this jump he's gonna take exactly 3 seconds, or or not. You know what I mean? This jump that he take, there was a little bit of slow mo at that point over there. Like at the air, there is a little bit of slow mo that happened on the air. Otherwise, this jump could have been more quicker, you know. And him like trying to raise his sword like that, that's a little bit slow. Like that's me telling that that's gonna be kind of like a slow action because I want the action to be more dramatic, right? So I took that all into consideration, and obviously I have a reference, right? So all of that, and then I kind of figure out this is the best timing and timing for my animation. Then I go from there, right? So yeah, that's my answer to the timing question. You know, like there's really like if you wanna be more realistic and you wanna achieve like absolute like oh like it makes more sense like that's that. Obviously it depends. Like if you're going for a like this is one shot, right? This is one animation, right? Meaning one shot meaning there's just like it's just one action, right? So like I can be more dramatic with this action. If I'm trying to create a scene where there's dialogue and whatnot, then those actions and those conversations, you know, a dialogue, you cannot really do much about trying to make that more dramatic than it already is, you know? I hope you guys are kind of like understanding all my explanations. Here's what we're going to do. As per the usual, copy paste the freaking bastard sword, man. And why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we copy paste? You know, like yeah, Kiringo. So what do I do if I don't know yet how to draw? I just start animating what people do at that time. I'm struggling to draw basic references for posing, even drawing circles and difficult or deep. Any tips? Grande ire, like I think you just have to hammer through those exercises because eventually it's gonna get better. Like yes, like I mean, struggling is a part of the basic drawing process. I struggle a lot. Like I said, when I was drawing this cloud, I'm basically taking my sweet ass time to draw, and that's okay. You know, until I get it right. Like you know, some people think that drawing is gonna be easier when you get better and better and better, but no, you don't. Like it doesn't. There would be days where you will feel shit and you won't be able to draw a simple circle. That just so happens, especially if you don't, if you're not drawing every day like me. But like some expert will develop a certain way of like drawing. They may still struggle in terms of like designing a character or like animating or figuring it out. That's part of the process. It's not gonna stop, and that's the beauty of it. You will always find struggle in the craft that you're trying to 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 be an expert in, and struggling is part of the process. So if you're struggling, that's a blessing because like at least for me, like I know it's a very simple question of like, oh, you're still struggling on circles and whatnot, but that's fine. Like I don't like if you're a total beginner, I don't see that being a problem. You know, like I just have to hammer down though. Like I won't like I wouldn't get discouraged. Um, I wouldn't get discouraged about that. That's what I'm trying to say. This getting discouraged for taking your time to actually become better in art is a recipe for not getting better in art. So also don't take it too seriously, man. I know everyone to get gets better, but we're drawing characters here, man. Like like we're drawing. Like we want to get better, yes, but like at the end of the day, man, like we're drawing. You know, how do you add tools to your timeline? What do you mean add tools to my timeline? Dong Chan explains in another way because Japan and Western animation are different. Yeah, so you could still kind of copy paste. To focus animation, you start with simple 3D shape or stick figures by turning basic. Uh, you could still kind of copy paste on paper. You'd have to draw it on a different piece, scan it, and add it in later. Yeah, for sure. But I don't want to do that. Right. Dong Chan explained it another way because Japan and Western are different. Yeah. Gesture drawing is what helped me a lot. Just doing a lot of figures in the different poses. Like 2s and 4. Well, again, how do I add? You kind of just move it in the timeline, bro. JP, you have to like 2s. Like this is animated in like 2s and 4s. Like you have to like how many frames do you want each keyframe to be? How many frames do you want your characters to be, JP? Like your animation. Like I'm animating this without any. You just move it in the timeline, bro. Like I don't know. Like is that the question? Like how do you add tools onto your timeline? That's you determine. Like you determine how you're gonna animate. If you're animating in twos. Oh no, I don't use the assign multiple cells button. Oh, is that what you mean? Okay, so let's do it this way. Okay. Sorry man. Sorry. I'm trying to understand the question, but here's the thing. Okay. So, this animation is in trees, right? This animation is in trees. Like judging by 1, 2, 3. So in the third frame, it's like that, right? You know what I mean? So that's the third frame, right? But if I want to animate this in twos, right? So I'm gonna delete everything, and then I'm gonna edit track, assign multiple cells, right? And then assign start number would be end number would be what's the end number 6, right? And number of frames is 3. Is in twos, right? And then I'm just gonna number of repeats is 1, and then go from there, right? But you have to make sure because this did not capture the in between frames, right? So now you have to go back over here, right? You have to go to edit track and rename in timeline order, right? So once you rename in timeline order, you now have 10 drawings that you can edit track and then assign multiple cells, and then you can do in twos, and then end number is 10, and then you animate it in twos, and then okay. And now you have like this part over here. It's all gonna replace what you've done so far, and now you have a faster animation. That's how I do it. Yeah. Anyway. Soldier first class. Assigned by cell name. There you go. Yeah. You can do that too. Like, I think you answered your question, bro. Like, you answered your question, man. Like, I don't know, like, how, like, I don't know why you're asking me if you're, like, are you just curious on my process? Is that it? I thought you are legitly, like, don't know that the question. You know the answer to your question, which is, like, that's great, man. But I don't use that often because I end up um manually doing it because, like, I keep changing keyframes, I keep changing my animation, so, like, I may do that, but, like, when I'm adjusting the timing, sometimes I adjust the timing, like, not the whole animation but only a part of it. Yeah. And at the end of it all, man, like, if I need to change something in like in the speed of the animation, like, I tend to do it post comp if I'm like, oh, I'm happy with this animation, and then in post comp I feel like, oh, it could be faster, it could be slower. I just do it in post comp, man. I adjust the timing there. E Now we're doing the shadow. The highlights would stay, like, would somehow be, hmm, I'm gonna switch. So over here, I'm actually gonna switch the highlights being. No, actually, no. Yeah, I'll retain the highlight. I will retain the lights being here, like, to make it simple. Actually, no. I know, man. Wait, let me think about this one. Let me think about the lighting for this one. Like, it needs to come from here, on this side over here. Actually, no. Actually, no, no. Okay, we're good. Like, I'm. See, it has all the stuff any normal animation software has, but it's all kind of hidden in a way. Yes, yes. You need to figure it out on your own. JP, you can be the CSP guy, man. Like, you talk about CSP, like, all these tools. Even before, I think I remember you being like, oh, what are the best animation tools in CSP or something. And honestly, I couldn't give you an answer because I'm so used to, like, just doing it my own way. I don't really like think about it that way. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a tools guy. I'm just a simple like I like definitely the tools help. Like contrary to popular belief that oh the tools don't make the animator, but that's wrong. You know, like it definitely helps. I told you I cannot probably draw like traditionally. Like well not as good as I would be able to draw like right now, right? So uh um I would love to have the vector like, I would love to have vector have a fill button for example. So I don't have to like jump back and forth to do that personally. I don't have to create an vector like a raster layer for fill because I like the vector lines but it's not like I like the vector lines where you cannot do a fill on vector lines for some reason in CSP, you know. I don't know if that's a priority, so like I don't care. Like if it happens, I'm gonna be ecstatic if it happens, but I don't care if it happens or not. You know, I'll be happy, but if it doesn't, I still be. Like doesn't mean that I cannot animate. You know. I couldn't get the. I know that this applies to rigging animation, but I figure I would ask. Close you can get the proportions right. Like yeah, like, I mean, bro, I told you, Grande Ire, like I spent this like 4 hours yesterday trying to figure that one out. Like over here, I like finally am happy with the design that's more proportionate. But over here, there's a lot of like renditions of this character that I did. You know, like this is a rendition. Like this is all the things that I tried with the clothes and everything. You know, I don't know if I was successful around it, but I tried. You know, like oh this looks a little bit badass. I don't know, man. And then I had this like a very simple character. And then I had this without the arms. I had this. Like I don't know, man. Like I spent a lot of time designing a character for a new animation I'm gonna do tomorrow. I know, not tomorrow. Like very soon after this cloud animation, I want to design a, like you know, I'm designing a character. So but what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to like if you don't get it right for the first time, you will get it right as long as you don't give up, man. I know that's a very like very loosey goosey answer, but man, like if you keep failing, you don't judge yourself for not getting it right for the first time. I know it's frustrating, but like what's right and wrong about art is the fact that it's experience based, man. The more you draw, the more better you're gonna be. And you just have to kind of like just draw a lot to be able to get better. So don't get frustrated on like like I hate to say this guys, but stop being a crybaby about you not getting things right for the first time. Like if like bro, like I don't want to sound so rude about by saying that, but like people when people are so frustrated, oh, I don't get it right, I don't get it right, like, man, spend that time to actually get it right instead of crying about it. You know what I mean? Like, sorry if, like, grande ire, I'm trying to be nice over here, but and this is not pertaining to you, like, just to you, right? I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings over here. But one thing I hate the most, or like my one of my pet peeves, is basically having this certain people who keep saying that their art sucks. Like, yes, it could suck right now, but if you're still saying that a year from now, then that just means that you haven't really tried your to improve, man. You know what I mean? It's like, just spend that energy and time to basically get better at it instead of kind of like going around and saying that, oh, I can't get it right. I know you're asking a question, right? So, like, I'm not, again, it's this is not pertaining to you, man. This is not pertaining to you, for example. But I've seen a lot of people just, that's all they say. Like, every time I go on stream, that's all they say. Like, oh, I suck at this part, I couldn't get it right. And then next stream, I couldn't get it right. Like, I don't know, man. like, why couldn't get it right? Like, it's experience, man. What I'm trying to say here is that you're gonna get better as long as you don't give up. And it's okay to not get it right now. And I know it can be frustrating because you want to get it right. But man, like, give yourself some time to get it right by practicing and just sticking with it for a long time. You know, I have to tell you, man, like, yesterday I spent 4 hours. I rather be playing, I rather be animating this character yesterday, but I spent 4 hours trying to figure out how to draw a new character, right? And look all of the designs I did, man. That's one, that's two, that's three, that's four, that's five, that's six, that's that's kind of like seven, you know. I did 7 designs yesterday, guys. Last night. For 4 hours. 7 designs of the same character. Like, 7 designs, man. And you know what I did this morning? Well, like, when I had the time? You know what I did? I repeated it. And I said, oh, that's not good enough. So, I made another new character. And now, because of the exercises that I wasn't too happy yesterday, right? Those 7 designs, those 7 drawings I did yesterday, because I wasn't too happy about that, and I'm not like, and I'm basically saying that, oh, okay, now yesterday didn't work out. I repeated the exercise. Now I have like, oh, I now have this very cool character. I'm happy with this character now, today. Yesterday I spent 4 hours of doing like a lot of design for me not to get it right. And I know the skill level is like kind of like different, but I wasn't too happy with it yesterday. You know, like, I wasn't too happy with the 4 hours. It was like a grind to do all of that in 4 hours and not being happy with it, being frustrated about it. But what did I do? Like, I didn't cry about it. I didn't cry to my girlfriend about it. Like, I just woke up this morning, gave myself some breathing room, and then did it again, and look at some references, and now I'm happy. You know, that's it. I'm happy with this design. I'm gonna continue with this design, and like, for you it might take a week. For you guys it might take a while, but that's the art, man. That's how I see art. It's like, you're not always gonna get it right for the first time, And all I'm saying to you here, guys, is that you have to allow yourself to fail. You have to allow yourself to suck. If you suck at if you suck at what you're doing, that means you have room to improve and get better, and that's a good thing. And while you can skip all of that process, while you can skip all that process and get better right away by asking people, oh, how do I get better? Nothing beats actually doing it, because no matter what kind of, I could give you all the tips in the world on how to get better in art, how to get better in your animation. I could do all that all day, every day, man. But experience still is a very powerful thing. You need to experience failing. You need to experience failing, and that's it. If you fail, that means you have now you like I know I'm ranting right now, so you know. Anyway, thank you, Killer Cam. Welcome to the chat, bro. I didn't want to say. I hope I didn't push her up, push Grande Ire away, man. Oh, I hope I didn't push her away or offended her, man. I did, or him. I don't know. I don't know if the pronouns on this chat anymore, but man, sorry. Sorry, I ranted a bit. Holy crap. I can talk, bro. It's not the good kind of talk sometimes. I can talk. Yeah, you're 100% right. If you're a kid and you don't know how to walk, no matter how, if you're very advanced, if you're like a very highly advanced kid, that you can talk, understand this concept, and you ask your dad, "Can I walk? How can I walk? How can I take the first step?" But if you don't actually take that step, no matter how how you do it, you're not gonna learn it. It's just you know. Bro, I swear to God, I hope I didn't offend anyone with that rant, man. Not my intention to rant and offend anyone, though. Hope you guys understand that. It's just I become so kind of I have appreciation for people who are trying, right? But there's a borderline where it becomes a little bit more kind of about people just trying to complain about their art not looking good enough, and they want sympathy from other people. I'm not saying everyone is like that in this chat, or anyone is like that in this chat. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that some people tend to there are people who actually went on, not on my stream, but like adding me on Discord, trying to oh, be a victim, oh, I can't draw a lot, how can you teach me, whatever, and I try to help them. What do I think about Colossal Page tutorials? I'm self-taught, yes. JP, another rant. You've opened up the yes, they seek validation basically without effort, bro. Yes, exactly. But JP, here's another rant because you opened up a floodgates about Colosso. How do I feel about it? At this point, I've bought and done 4-5 courses from Colosso, and if I'm being honest, only one of them is the best one. And the one of them, that one, didn't I know he's a great animator, but he's one of the best teachers I've ever encountered. He's Korean though. The rest of the people who are teaching a class in Coloso, they may have a lot of credibility in kind of like in the anime industry. They may have a lot of like work, and you might Coloso is very good in selling in advertising their courses, right? You see it all the time. But when you go to their courses, not everyone is a great teacher, bro. Not everyone is a great teacher. A lot of these animators are very 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 good animators. They're probably the best animators out there. Like I could learn a lot from them, and the things they show from the course, like the things that they tell you what you're gonna do, are really really good. You know. Um, but my problem is sometimes it's also because of the language barrier. Like not everyone is a good teacher in Coloso. There would like there's literally like people who explain their who's like just recording their screen talking while they're working, but they're not really explaining anything, bro. Like I don't understand it. It's like they're trying to explain, but I couldn't get what they're trying to explain. I kind of feel I'm biased when I say that I feel like my free YouTube tutorial videos are a lot better in explaining simple concepts of animation than majority of the people who are god tier in animation. That's just me. And like not everyone can be a good teacher, bro. Like and I respect all of these animators. All I expect all of like I respect them and I admire them, but not all of them are great teachers. To the point that it sucks because their Coloso is advertising really great animation that you can do because the teacher is showing you how to do that. But at the end of the day, when you go to the course, I scratch my head on the like there's a particular course. I'm not gonna name it on stream right now because I don't want to kind of like I don't say anything bad to anyone, right? I don't want to point specifics, but it's basically this. Like I was so excited on the course, but by the time I took it, it's like this can be in a YouTube video. You know, like I'm not learning anything new from this person, but the animation that he's about to teach is so good that I just have to buy it. It was so good. And I'm not far from the course yet. I don't know like if it's gonna get any better, but the explanation so far is so mid, and the way it's so done, it's done, man. Like there's one section he called basic actions for animation, basic action, um, basic character animation, or like basic actions done. Oh, sorry, basic actions for character animation. That's the section, bro. 30 minutes. Basic actions for character animation. It's a 30-minute section. I would think that I would learn like at least 3 or 4 actions in there, man. But when I saw the course, it's only a run cycle, man. You know, like, bro, JP, I'm telling you, like essential animation techniques for dynamic action sequences by Prororo looks nice. It like Prororo is like one of the good ones, like in terms of teaching. Like I have that course. It's one of the good ones. But don't be fooled by the thing. Like everyone learns differently. Like I learn better with by doing, and if the instructor is actually doing while teaching, it's a lot better for me. But I think Proro is one of the good ones, if I remember correctly. I haven't finished that course, but I have it, and I could tell that I really like the way he's explaining it. Unfortunately, though, like there's a lot of um, what do you call this? I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know why I didn't finish it. Like, but that's my rant about colossal courses. So what I'm bottom line, JP, is that what I'm trying to say is that don't be fooled by the advertisement that you see. Oh, that that course looks nice. It will really look nice because the animators over there are doing their best. Like are really good animators, right? It really would look nice because those animations are done by professional animators in Japan. It doesn't mean they could teach it though. But again, I'm not saying that's the Pororo course. I'm just saying the Pororo course, I have it. So, I like it. I like the Pororo course. I haven't really had the chance to finish it. He explained, like, it's also like for me, it's also the language barrier, bro. Like, I'm not Korean. So, like, I rely on the whole what do you call this? I rely on the subtitles so much for me to understand the concept, So um like unless you have a very great communicator in Korean that I think that's where it kind of lost me a bit. I like it. He introduced like few concepts that I never learned before. Like the 4-7-1 technique in run cycle. He introduced this technique 4-7-1, I think. It's like like it's a reverse 4, it's a reverse 7, right? And a 1. So he introduced this technique. It's like if you think about the run cycle, the legs, it's like it's a 4, that's like a reverse, right? This is the two legs, right? It's a 7 and then it becomes a 7, I think. Yeah, I need to revisit this one because I really love this. And then a 1 or something like that. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh shoot, you're right. And he explained it very clearly as well. So yeah, hey Grande Ire. Yeah, I hope I didn't offend you or anything, man. I went on a rant about people complaining their art sucks, but I hope I didn't offend you, bro. Or I don't know your pronouns. I hope I'm not offending you at all when calling you bro as well. But yeah, like it's a hit or miss for me in Colosso at this point. Like because I've done I'll be honest, I bought a few already, and I haven't finished all of them. Like so, my goal. I'll be honest with you guys. I want to be a better teacher in animation. I want to be a better teacher in animation. And full disclosure, I will sell a course in the future. And I don't know how I'm gonna price it, but I'm gonna be a better teacher because I want like it really is something that I like doing is to simplify concepts that I find really fascinating in the animation world, right? And I have a lot of practice because I am a teacher um in another what do you call this social media app called an upcoming social media app for animators and storytellers called projectct.tv. I'm a teacher there. So uh, I'm already a teacher, so I just want to be a better teacher to explain everything like as best as I could in the best of my abilities, and help a lot more people. Yes, I do need to make my bread. That's why I'm making it a course. But the free YouTube video at some like will not stop. I just need to make sure that um like I do it right. There's gonna be a free version of the concepts, and there's gonna be a paid version of the concept, a more premium one, right? So I'm still trying to plan everything out. Like I need to be able to be better first in terms of my skills, to be able to have that confidence of like, oh, I can teach the course now, like I'm now confident that I can charge people this much amount of money, and you know go from there, right? Because I don't the last thing I want to feel people buying my course in the future is how I feel about certain people in Colosso, where, oh, the course is so good, the advertisement is so good, man. If they offended, it is what it is. Other animators exist, yeah. AI is taking over, bro. I think one should be dynamic and be a jack of trade. Darius Kincaid, I like. Why bring up AI right now? I don't know, man. Hey, animator from Baji, I want to know how to animate it more fast. Mira, I have some few tips on my YouTube channel on how to animate more fast. Do you want to make your own shows or work on, like, I want to make a web series, and spoiler alert, spoiler alert, projectct.tv is creating a platform for animatics like a webtoon. So watch out for projectct.tv, because they're gonna revolutionize the whole animation industry. I'm biased because I'm employed by them, some sort of thing, you know. Um, but yeah, Mira, definitely watch that. So, um, what like I'm right for what Rotten. I said a lot of things, bro. I don't know what. Like sometimes I go on rant. Like I no longer know which one is you guys are referring to when I read. By the time I look at the chat, there's so many messages already. So, but JP, I do plan to make my own projects. I plan to do a webtoon. That takes a lot of time, effort, resources, all that stuff. And that's the reason why I want to sell courses, guys. So I could fund my own animation in the future. I don't want to go in the route of like, um, well, I don't want to say I don't want to, but like, I don't have a good pitch yet. I still am getting better in my animation journey. I still don't know how to animate effects properly. I still don't know how to animate like action shots properly. Like I want to be a really great kind of like jack of all trades in terms of animation. Like I can do a little bit of everything. Um, but I understand that I don't want to be the expert. Like I don't want to just be good. Like I don't want to like I understand that I cannot aspire to be the best in everything in my animation journey, basically. Like basically saying that, oh, I'm the best um key animator, or I'm the best what do you call this, storyboard artist, I'm the best storyboard teller or something. I don't think I could aspire to be like that. I can aspire to be um like a visionary. For example, I have the ideas and I can hire people who can help me put those ideas to life, right? And it's gonna be a collaborative project on my behalf, right? Where people like while I work with people who can make my ideas happen. Um, so not gonna I heard someone at the door. Are you trying to scare me, bro? Which one? My door is open, man. Man, don't scare me like that, bro. Or is it your door? And you're alone. Holy shit. Killer Cam. Is that your door? Yeah, my door is open right now. What the You're scaring me, bro. Well, I'm not scared right now. I could probably be scared. Um I could be scared, bro, when my family goes away and I'm streaming by myself alone with my dog in a few days. Because my family is going back home in the Philippines. I'm not. I'm staying here animating with you guys. Right? I don't think I can stay away for such a long time from my work. Well, I did that in Japan, but you know what I mean. So, right now I'm not scared, but bro, I could be in a few days though. Wait, I'm Filipino? Yes, bro. Do you think it's possible for one person to do a whole animation movie? If you're talking about one person like entirely, it is possible, but it's gonna take a lot of resources for that one person. And I don't think like if it takes a very special kind of person. Um yeah, it takes a very special kind of person to be able to pull that off by himself, right? Everything is done by him, frame by frame, no help, everything like background, animation, writing, and all that stuff. It would take a very like and define a movie, right? Well, how like people have done it before. Like Howard Wimser is a short film enthusiast. He makes 5 minute short film. That's a movie, right? It's a short film, but still a film. It's a movie. Um, so you know what I mean. So like people could make it on their own. Like I made mine. Like I'm the very first animation I did. Like I did have some help, but I could have done it myself. Like I could have done it myself. My best. Well, I wouldn't say my best, but the animation I did for Jake Paul versus um the Jake Paul animation I did, man, like that was done by me like for 3 months, right? Like everything, I did everything. Well, sorry, not everything because I did ask someone to paint the backgrounds. But yeah, like it would take a very special kind of person to be able to pull that off. I've literally done like 4 frames in the past hour, 2 frames in the past. I thought this could be a little bit faster. Yeah, Howard Wimshurst is a filmmaker, man. He's doing everything almost entirely by himself. So yeah, he's my mentor on the business side of animation too, man. Like I took his course about creating a business for animators, and I am lucky to be able to say that I have a running business for animation. Like it's not the typical make your own film kind of like business kind of thing, but it is a business that earns me a considerable amount of extra income on the side. So, you know, it's great. I think I hear someone at the door now. I always thought I was a team sport, especially when some stuff has been done in once. You paid for a lot of training, which inspires me. Maybe I will buy the one from the Colosso just because. Yeah, bro. Like I mean, you know, like I do value me getting the training I need to be able to be better in what I do. I always believe that if you want to get better, you basically put where your mouth is, right? Like I want to be a really good animator, man. I want to be like I don't want to say I want to be the best animator, but I really want to be a good animator, respected in the industry. And for you to be a good animator, you gotta like you gotta be serious about doing it, right? And some people, I'm not saying they're not serious, um, but for me, like I have a certain like dream, like I'm still probably like I'm not a perfect guy, for example, when it comes to like, oh, my animation is not where I want it to be yet. Like I'm not yet fully there yet. I'm not even closely remotely there yet, right? But that doesn't phase me, or like it doesn't bother me. I do my best each day, as long as I like at some point I'm gonna achieve that dream of being a really great animator. But also at the same time, I have a lot of things that's going on in my life that you know I have to balance out. Like gone are the days, like I wish I could be like Kairegi or Froby, where they have a lot of time in their hands to be able to really just grind it out. um you know um just grind it out, basically. Like, oh, I can be uh like if I have that luxury of time, I'll do that. Like I'll grind it out. But right now, like I made some decisions to be able to say that business wise, this is how the best way I could use my time to be able to earn the necessary things that I need to earn to be able to continue this dream. And it might take a while for me to be better at it, but that's like making YouTube videos, for example, man. Like it's like it's tough making YouTube videos, man. Like I'll say it right now, it's tough because like um I need to spend that time to really make a video that's worth watching on YouTube. But at the same time, I don't have that time. Like I wish I do. I rather use that time to be better at the craft that I love, right? And right now, even now, I would say that this thing that I'm doing, this animation that I'm doing, have already served its purpose for me at least. But I don't want to kind of just call it quits and be done with this animation. But I can do whatever I want because I'm the one creating it. But I could also say that I'm already kind of like done with this animation. I think I've learned already what I think I could learn from this animation. I have zero time. The second I start drawing, animating, something else happens in real life. I feel you, Killer Cam. Like I don't even draw every day, bro. Always our sunflowers are beautiful. Always imagine it was the other way around. I am a trans woman, and some people are so overly sensitive these days, man. Yeah, like I mean, there's uh, like what do you call this? Um, we can be whoever I want. Like I know how you feel about some people are being overly sensitive sometimes these days. Yeah. So as long as you don't, I don't know, man. Like I don't wanna sound like I have nothing. I have no opinions about certain things. To be honest with you, like I really don't. But this is not to say I don't respect any. Like like I respect everyone on the chat right now. So like, but that's amazing that you are openly like putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? Like trans women, some people are so overly sensitive. I wonder who are you talking about? Are you talking about the overly sensitive people who are um against trans women? I don't know. Like, are you talking about some other trans people who are very sensitive about the normies? I don't know. So can you clarify that one out, sunflower? Um, but welcome. Like we have a representation of the LGBT over here. That's great, man. At some point, I want to be like Viz Pop someday. When I saw Helluva Boss, I was so amazed. I watched every episode twice. And that's amazing if something inspires you, bro. Like, what inspires me is playing Final Fantasy 7, bro. Like, I'll be honest, man. Like, sometimes I get so tired at work, I just want to play the game and be done with it. So and not be done with it. I just want to enjoy. And then now, the reason why I'm animating this one is because of that. Like I'm so inspired of like, oh, can I do that in anime? No, like, and now I can. Like the answer is I can, right? All that money you could have paid for a Toon Boom license. JP, I do have a like Storyboard Pro license though, if that's something. But like again, like JP, when it comes to like finances, I have a business for animation. I have a YouTube channel that earns. So everything I'm like, and also I have a full time job. So my day to day expenses is not tied to what I earn from animation, whatever that money is. Like everything I'm earning for animation is basically extra, and it's not an equivalent of a full time job what I'm earning from animation, but it's very like it's good enough so that it pays for my hobby, you know. No, not Toon Boom, like just Storyboard Pro. Storyboard Pro, because I use Storyboard Pro for um like for like work. Like I have another, again, I'm for those who don't know, I have another I'm an illustrator for another YouTube channel, and whatever I'm earning from that is paying for every single thing I'm using for my animation. It's also paying for me to be able to hire people to help me with my animation. So like I'm lucky to have that opportunity, and I understand not everyone would have that kind of access and opportunity like I do, but here we are, right? So like that's where you know, like I've built something I'm really proud of. Like it's not anywhere near where I want it to be, but like I'm very very thankful, man. Yeah, yeah. So I like, if you guys don't know, like it's I have another very very different vibe channel, man. It's not like, it's not even an animation. Like it is an animation. It's just like a very simple animation that we do in that channel. I was brought in to be an illustrator or animator. Well, I am an animator for that, but I make assets for them that is turned into animation, right? Um, and we post videos every week, man. That's what I do over the weekend. That's why I don't stream during the weekend. I stream on Sundays when I finish my work for them, but that's my weekend job. Yeah, what do you guys think? Should I just call this quits, this animation, or do you really want to get this done? Or do I want to move on to the next one? Yeah, bro, like JP, are you a friend of mine in are you a friend of mine in like, I kind of wish that you can take a core like a chapter of the lesson on Colosso. I think they do. I think it do, like JP, check in Colosso and see a trial run. You see a trial, like, oh, a course, um like, how do I say this, like the course, see the course, if they have a like a free lesson of the course or something. Do you think so, Killer Cam? Do you think we can move on from this animation? I feel like it does serve its purpose already. Like there's a life shell for a project like this, you know. um I know, I think the life shell for a project, at least in my mind, the life shell of a project for me is about three. Depends on how long the project is, how long the animation is, right? But I kind of feel it's like, if it's a 1 minute to 2 minute animation, the maximum I could work around for it is around is basically 3 months. You are in my Discord, JP. Yeah, we can chat about in like, add me as a friend. I'm the guy who always talks about open tunes. Add me as a friend, bro. Is the work area in that background of the storyboard working area can be found on Blender? Do I have a specific or print a physical copy online for storyboards? Work area in that background of the video, a storyboard working area. No, it's not. It's going into the save files, people. Onto the next one. No, like I plan to at least like I'm gonna pay someone to finish the animation. Um, I still plan to finish it. I already paid someone to 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 do my Barrett animation. So like, I'm just saying that in terms of the stream, I may be able to just work on this on the side, finish whatever I need to finish for him to be able to do his job. Um, of like cleaning up the animation, right? That's what I meant. Killer cams. I still am interested to see the full thing. You know, the full animation. I probably would cut the last part already, but I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I started the stream with this thing. I got excited animating this one, man. Like this like I got excited designing this character. This is gonna be a cool shot. So I wanna move on and have like this character in my next animation. I'm like, really excited for that one. It's amazing. Like before the stream was a bit what do you call this? The stream health before was bad, but now it's good. So you know. Yes, bro. Like I love that. I love it, man. CSP is really OP with this vector lines, and I kind of wish they just have an option to do vector um for feel vector feels. How many drawings have I done so far? I think we can finish it today. I'll finish this one, and then I'm gonna I think we'll finish this shot this week. Um, just have to pay extra for someone to basically do the in betweens, you know. Do you guys have any special project going on right now? What you guys do? Like, I wanna make sure, like one of the things that I'm very passionate about is making your own projects, making your own stories and animating or creating stories. You know, like that's why I kind of wanna move on from this animation because there's really not much anymore like that I could learn from it. Um, I was originally planning to make this as a YouTube video, but now that I'm not even making like an edited YouTube video anymore, like I feel like I can pause this a bit and then move on to the next one. I really want to apply some like things that I'm learning from certain courses that I've done in that new animation. Like I really want to just do it. Like there's some effects, impact frames that I plan to do it. It's gonna be a very simple shot, but you know, and I'm gonna show you. So my plan is I'm gonna show you that on stream, but I'm gonna use it as a material for the course that I'm gonna make, that new animation that I'm going. So you're still gonna see how I'm gonna do it on stream, right? You're still gonna see and learn from me for free. You'll have to buy that course that I'm gonna make for that. But now I'm gonna edit that video in the future. I'm gonna edit that video in the future to make it a course, right? But that animation itself would be, you know, would be done in stream basically, and see, and you can see all of it. What's up, guys? What's up? We're here drawing cloud. I mean, about how people expect other people to agree with everything they think, and if they don't, then I think they're they think they're a bad person. Like everyone's different, and that makes life more interesting. 100%, man. Like 100%. Rotten Sunflower, man. Like it's those are the most annoying part of it is when people tend to overly be sensitive about things, and they put it out there, and they're kind of like, regardless of who they are, right, and what kind of person they are, like the fact that they tend to kind of like diminish everyone else's opinion, and only stand by that, oh, my opinion is the one that only matters, and if you are not cool with my opinion, then you're a bad person. You should kind of like, you didn't want to offend anyone because of pronouns, like meant how are you meant to know that? Not calling people bro in a call. You call everyone. Yeah, no, yeah, okay, 100% rotten sunflower. Like some people, like when I call people bro, like that's just me. I don't know who, like, but I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, cause like I'm scared. I'm scared people are gonna be offended by me not knowing whether or not what your pronouns are. You know what I mean? And then like I'm scared. That's why I'm kind of like I'm making those kind of like comments, right? I'm actually scared. you know, that's the reason why. Um, I was really behind because I paused your video. Oh yeah, okay, no problem, man. That happens to me too. But now I get what you mean, sunflower. I get what you mean. Oh shoot, my dad. Wait, give me a second, guys. My dad just went through my room. Let me. Thank you. he was he wasn't knocking for 30 minutes, bro. He was doing something at the backyard, and my room is like directly at the backyard, man. Yeah, man. Like that's why I was kind of like a little bit. I don't want to offend anyone by not recognizing whoever is here. And so first of all, like rotten sunflowers, man, like thank you. Thank you for understanding that, because like it takes, like some people are very sensitive about that, and that's why I want to kind of like just really appreciate you being open about it, and and being cool about it. So you're a cool person, man. Crazy, yeah, it's crazy that people are tend to be more, oh, like just because you did not recognize us on stream, you're you're a you like you're like a bad person or whatever, and we're gonna cancel you. I'm like, come on, man. That's the last thing I wanna do. Yeah, my room is directly on the it's directly at the backyard. Like my room has a room directly at the backyard. So if you guys hear something over there when I'm streaming, it might be someone like my dad. Oh, you have the powers, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have the powers. I forgot you have the moderator powers of the stream, man. Um, the ones with really long hair swirling as the character rotates looks amazing. What's that? Like Rotten. That's not mine. That's not my character animation. I don't think I've done that before. I think it's Kai. That's Kai who done that animation. I believe that's Kai. That long hair animation that she's turning around. I think that's Kai Regi, not me. But that's fine. I mean, I'm not offended that you mistake me for someone else. I think so, cause like I don't remember making that animation, but I remember Kai doing that animation, if I remember correctly. Let me drink some water, guys. Let me take some quick break over here. All good, all good. Yeah, 7 years, man. That's a long time, bro. Yeah, like it takes a very special kind of person to be able to do that. And to put yourself through that, it takes a very special kind of person. I don't know if I have that capacity in me to be able to do that like long term. Like I would love like here's the thing though, you might want to think about it this way too. It's like between between if your goal is to make the best film possible, right? You're better off making short films than a big film. And the reason being is that you're gonna get better by doing small films, small scenes, small shots, than you making a whole thing. And that's only if you're if your concept is getting better in the craft and making the best story possible, right? The thing is, a lot of people who spend their time, and this is not the case for that one. Like I don't think so, right? You like Gwen Saga, like I don't know that. I don't know him. I don't know. I haven't seen the project and whatnot. But he may have a lot of experience before that. I don't know that, right? But if you're someone who's new in the industry and trying to make your film and whatnot, experience matters, right? So if you're gonna have this very very big idea that you want to animate or things like that, you might want to put that into a very small pieces and put it out there, right? Like don't make a whole film and not release small portions of it. You can make the whole film but release small portion, work on it one step at a time, one portion at a time, one scene at a time, so that you can get better at it. Yeah, so that's good. Then he has the credibility to be able to do that, because like if you're someone new and you're putting yourself to do that, like what I'm saying is that he's already like comfortable with himself being able to do that. He's already like, okay, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do, instead of like, I don't know what to do, like I want to make a short film, like I want to make a whole movie and whatnot, but I want to get better at art. So sometimes that's where I feel like. But anyway, I'm gonna drink some water. I've been talking for a while. I'm gonna pause this for a bit, and I'm gonna be on a 15-minute break. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I need CSP to add a manage materials transfer 3 laptop. All three have different assets. Most ones used are deleted by creator. Yeah, yeah, cause like I would love to be able to not like to not redo. Let's say this sword over here takes a while to draw it. I could have just used an asset for a buster sword or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would have been very very helpful. You're right, bro. That would be an OP thing to have in the CSP. And the 3D material catalog or creation of like 3D materials or whatever you may call it. It would be very very powerful for CSP users, you know. I'll be ending the stream real soon, guys. I do have some stuff I need to work on. But we'll be. I guess this is the last week I'll be working on this one. I can still do this on Thursday or Friday. Meaning I can still be streaming Thursday or Friday. I'm off from work during those days, so I will probably continue this one until I can, like, until this week. That's the goal. And then move on to the next one next week. Um, I'll I'll see if I can do a few tutorials as soon as I get to um a few of the course materials that I'm working through, um and then let you guys know. Obviously, if there's a video that you see, then that means I had the time to edit it. Again, I don't want to just stop creating videos. I'm just trying my best to just see what I could do with the time that I have. Like, because I'm still editing videos and making scripts and all that stuff takes a lot of time. Like, time that I could be using to basically be better in the animation and practicing and just animating instead of like editing a video. It's kind of like one of those things that as a creator on YouTube you kind of want to do, because I wouldn't be here without you guys and I have to make a video for you. But also at the same time, for me to make a video for you, I need to be better at making my own animations, right? So it's kind of like a trade-off. Like, oh, I don't want to just make a video just for the sake of a video, just because I need to serve the algorithm. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to be consistent. I don't want to create a random video that I've already, like, just because that's what I did in the last video I made, that with the AI one, and kind of like it backfired because, like, not everyone likes it. Hello, Ember, how are you? Thank you for the hearts. Whoever is giving the hearts, I see you. I see the hearts. Yeah, yeah. It's like there needs to be a balance on the thing, and that's why I feel like the most sustainable one, most sustainable system I could do is to create live classes here on YouTube, like a live stream, right? And at least I'm able to still show you guys what to learn. Like earlier, I was explaining a question, right? I maybe need to be able to plan it out a little bit in the future. Um, but there was a live stream I did, and everybody liked that live stream because I was able to show everyone how to animate from scratch, right? And then I made a video about it, and that's my most viewed video up to this point. Um, but I cannot do that every single time, because not like the more complicated the topics I make, the less people who are kind of gonna watch it, because of the skill level is not there yet, right? And that's okay. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But that's just the reality of it. If I need to spend time on making a video, then again, it's a matter of like, oh, do I make a video and spend 2 to 3 days editing the video instead of actually animating what like animating, and I barely have time to animate anyway, you know. But that's also my fault, you know. It's not and not saying it's not anyone's fault. I need to be better in managing my time. Bro, yeah, Konsai software, Venom, the software is Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint, Ember. That's what we're using here in this chat. No need to be sorry. I don't even go to the gym, bro. Like, I need to be healthy too. I'm like, I feel like in terms of animation, I don't have a lot of excuses, but I have a lot of excuses on other aspects of my life that I should not have excuses for because it's health. So, I'm not a perfect dude, man. I have my own struggles. I have my own things that I don't really want to do, that I don't want to prioritize at all. But I should. Ending the stream soon, guys. So, you have any last questions, last thing you wanna say on the stream? Feel free to do so. Oh, this is gonna be shadow. I feel like I can start. Deviating the shadow from here. This looks really cool. I can get way to on your level of work. So far, I'm self-taught since I can't go to college yet. So your viewer definitely gonna help me understand that animation. You're welcome, Ember. end the stream very soon, guys. It's just a 2-hour stream, unfortunately. But yeah, gonna continue this on the side in the background. Yeah, Tinus Animatics, I'm sorry, bro. At what stage I am in the process? This is called Genga or keyframe animation. I'm cleaning it up, right? I'm cleaning it up so that someone could doing the highlights and whatnot. You know what? Let me do one more drawing. One more drawing, guys. Let me see how far I could go. I'm hungry, getting hungry, that's why. One more drawing. 7:57. Just gonna hammer this through. See how far. Like, the drawing may feel a little bit rushed, but we'll see. We'll see if I can still retain the quality. I think I'm gonna just do this very simple thing. No, actually no. That's actually really bad. The next animation I'm gonna do, I'll do everything. I'm not gonna ask someone to clean it up or anything. And that's because I need to be able to show that as a process on the course that I'm going to make, right? I'll ask. Oh, you can ask it right now, bro. Like, what do you wanna? This is Doga. No, this is this is Genga. Like, I'm not in the Doga yet. Doga is like clean lines, like super clean lines. Like, my Doga process is basically no anti-alias. When you see me doing lines like this, that's Doga. But right now it's still very like someone need like a Doga artist will clean this up. But what are you gonna ask about the camera movement, bro? Since I'm here, I'm still here. Ask about the camera movement keyframes next stream. Is there anything specific you want me to show? Or are you just talking about how to do that in general? Thank you for recognizing my lines are clean. Well, my lines are clean is basically this is the third time I'm drawing the details of this character. Or not the third time I'm drawing this character, right? So by the time I'm clean. Yeah, Doga is cleaning, and in between, I'm cleaning my own rough. So these gray lines, these lines are rough, and some people may not agree to me. What the fuck is like? It's not rough. That's clean. I like sorry guys. I spend a lot of time doing a very clean drawing though, cause like I have a Doga artist, so he needs to make sure, like I need to make sure that he understands my drawing very clearly. Like I pay someone to even though I pay someone to do the Doga or the cleanup and in betweens, like I need to be able to make that job for that person a little bit easier, right? How to move the com in general, might use it for a big project. Okay, so over here, if you press V or like a shortcut for the operation object tool, and you press the camera, right? Like you have that, you can now move the camera around, right? You can have that, and then if you don't have a keyframe, right? If you don't have this keyframe over here, let's say, like you will always see this camera. Let's say we go here and you have the camera over here, right? So if I have this one, for example, here, right? And then I make a keyframe there, that's the first keyframe. Uh, and then you go over here at the top, and then you move the animation over there, you move the camera over there, right? And then at the end you move the camera back down, right? That's how you do it. You basically just use the command V or object tool over here, right? And then I know you don't see because I don't have a ground plane over here, but let's draw a ground plane so that you can see it. Yeah, so there you go. Marwan Hamdi, it's not bad. I like at some point you just have to, like, personally I do use it before, but I just like drawing so much that like yeah, the camera option is not really integrated. It's not obvious. Basically, it's like it's an operation tool, and you just have the camera like folder, for example. So that's what it is. It's not a camera. It's not a separate tool in Clip Studio Paint about camera. The tool is operation tool, and you're creating keyframes by using that tool, but you're doing it in the camera folder, which creates the camera movement. I hope that makes sense. That's the best way I could explain it, and I hope that helps you, man. Yeah, I could be more rough than this. I could spend a little bit less time. Then I will be like I could be more rough with my rough drawings, right? I could spend a little bit more time on. So basically, what I'm saying here is that, let's say my rough looks like this. Like my rough looks like very clean, right? This is a very clean drawing, right? So what happens is that, shit, I feel like my head is not big enough. feel like there's a discrepancy on the head over here. Give me a second, guys. I feel like the head shrunk. Which is kind of like a very, very common mistakes, man. Even though I'm like, you guys think that I'm kind of like good in animation already, but still I'm making these mistakes, man. Like, it's freaking normal, man. No, it's not. It's actually the same size. I don't know why I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. This one looks a little bit smaller. The head over here looks a little bit smaller, man. Or it's like the head looks like it's over hunch. Yeah, it's over hunch, so I'm gonna use that. Yeah, I heard that the only test camera movement, but they actually use another software like After Effects. Yeah. You can do everything in Clip Studio Paint, though. Don't get me wrong. You can do everything in Clip Studio Paint. You don't need After Effects for that. Because Adobe software, you're gonna pay additional software for Adobe, which is freaking expensive. So unless you have you just have to find a way to be able to do that, man. Yeah, thanks, man. It's gonna be at the end of the stream too, so just have to, when you go on a replay, you just have to just go at the end, man. Why do I use a large canvas for this cut? Because he jumped from one place to another. You wanna see it? So I have this background. So it's all about the layout of your animation, right? So I have this background. He jumped from this location to this location. So like there's no way I could fit that into a very small canvas. You know what I mean? Like I want the animation to still look high quality in terms of like the same size and whatnot. I want the cut to be I want it a medium shot, right? I want this to be still the same as this one. This is the size of the cut. Basically, it's a medium shot. So if I'm shooting for a medium shot right here, then I need a canvas for the particular movement to be able to pull that off. Yeah, that's why that's why it has a big cut. That's why it's a huge canvas. It's because the layout was done that way. if it's a simple turning animation like this, like I don't need a huge canvas, I just need this small canvas over here because the movement doesn't require going from one place to another, right? Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, body mechanics is, yeah, I would agree that's hard, man. But I'm like like those are stuff that you need to study, bro. Like it's hard, but like it's worth it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's one of those things that it's gonna be worth it once you learn it. So just push through it, and then no matter how hard things like become, like it's still worth it. Lesion is like a very very good one in body mechanics, bro. Like I mean, I'm trying to wrap myself. I think I know what you mean by body mechanics, like how the body moves when you're animating it. But I don't fully grasp it.